Welcome back, everybody. I hope you are all having a fantastic day whenever you are watching this. My name is Tyler Wiebe, owner of Tyler Wiebe Fitness. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, do appreciate you clicking on it and checking this out. It's going to be 10 minutes or less, so stick around. There's going to be some really good information. All I'm doing here is taking all of the information that is out there in the fitness industry, breaking it down in easy to follow steps just for you, so that all you need to do is quick watch this video, take it, the information, apply it to your fitness journey, and get results. Pretty easy steps, right? If you are returning, I appreciate your continued support. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. Today, we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people have questions about. Can I build muscle and lose body fat at the same time? So again, this is going to be one of those things where it depends. In a lot of fitness, that is the answer to most questions, because everybody's journey is a little bit different. Everybody is at a different point in their journey. And so a lot of these questions, well, it depends on where you are at. So with this question, it is going to be a yes but no type of answer. And I'm going to break this down here for you and explain why. We're going to talk about who can go through a body recomp or lose body fat and gain muscle at the same time. And we're going to talk about how to do that as well. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a plan so that you can try this out for yourself. So who can get these type of results? Well, we have a few of them. Beginners. So if you've never lifted a weight in your life before, guess what? You are going to be able to achieve these results within your roughly first 6 months to a year of diving into this journey. We are also going to have people who have maybe taken a long period of time off. So maybe you've trained in the past, maybe it's been 2, 3, 4+ years since you've been in the gym. You are most likely going to be able to get these results. And lastly, people who are taking steroids. Yes, they are going to be able to achieve those type of results. We're not really going to dive into that though, because one, that's not my area of expertise, and two, I'm assuming the most of you watching this are not planning on taking steroids anytime soon. So really isn't going to be applicable to this video. But let's go ahead, let's dive into it. And beginners. Okay, so you are probably in the best position possible to have your biggest transformation ever. So for beginners, when you are diving into this and starting your fitness journey, this is going to be such a new stimulus on your body that it's going to go through a very rapid transformation, okay? So what you're going to want to do is, one, check out my video. It's a very easy setup. All you need to do is go ahead, you are going to track your food intake for 5 to 7 days so that you can start to get a rough average. Here, once you have found those, that is going to be a fantastic starting point for you. And really, all you have to do is get those starting calories, start training a couple times a week, 2-3 times a week. It's really all that you probably need as a beginner. And you just need to be consistent with your training, get that progressive overload, so you should be getting stronger almost every single workout. And you just need to make sure that you are very consistent with your calories and tracking your data. That's honestly all you need to do as a beginner, because it is such a new stimulus on the body that you don't have to do very much to get those results that you want. It can be very simple. We don't want to overcomplicate it. And even if you're someone who has, done, all these classes, maybe the boot camps, you've done some other diets, you've done keto, you've done whatever, there's so many out there. There's a good chance that if you've kind of done all of that, but you haven't necessarily just tracked your calories and trained, weight training, progressive overload fashion, you're still going to be in that beginner phase and still get quite a bit of results. So track your calories, train hard, and over about 6 to 12 months, it's going to be very individualistic. You should really see a lot of changes to your physique where you're building that muscle, you're losing that body fat because now your activity levels are a lot higher than normal. We're increasing our metabolism a little bit as we start to build some muscle, and you're really going to start to see a lot of these changes. So beginners, you've got it easy. Unfortunately though, it's only gonna last about 6 to 12 months, and then we do get into an intermediate phase where now this is where a lot of people do find themselves, okay? I would say, we're always kind of, for a lot of people, sitting at that end of the beginner phase, beginning of the intermediate phase. And the intermediate phase can last quite a bit of time, and it does take a lot of work to become an advanced trainer and to get close to our genetic limit. So please don't think that most of you are advanced. I'm not saying that in a negative way, but for the most part, I would say 90%, random number, but a lot of people operate within this intermediate phase, because this is where now we really need to pay attention to what we are doing. And I'm going to give you a body recomp plan here for the intermediate people. So you've been tracking for a bit, maybe you've been training for a few years, you have a pretty good idea of where your maintenance calories are and how to track, and you have done this in the past. So this is about could be a 1-year plan, and this is a body recomp plan. So you're going to go through a few different phases throughout the year. So typically we want to be operating for about 8 to 10 weeks, maybe 12 weeks at right around our maintenance calories, or be in a slight surplus. So typically what a surplus is going to be is about 10 to 15% above our maintenance calories, okay? So that's gonna be a good little spot where you're going to be able to build some muscle, but not be in such a surplus where we're putting on excess body fat. From there, after you're about 8 to 12 weeks, you are gonna go into a mini cut, okay? And so there, we are gonna go about 6 to 8 weeks, right? We are gonna have a little bit of a range here depending on the person, depending on your life, depending on how fast we're able to drop body fat. You could even do 4 or 5 weeks, but the key is that we don't want to go too long through this diet because of metabolic adaptation, right? We kind of want to get in, get out, drop a little bit of body fat, and then get back to maintenance, okay? So really that's going to be a rinse and repeat plan. So 8 to 12 weeks sitting at maintenance and or caloric surplus, so we're building a little bit of muscle, but we're very much minimizing our body fat gain. Then we're going to go into a mini cut, not long enough to where we have a lot of metabolic adaptation, drop a little bit of body fat, come back to maintenance, really pay attention to how your body is reacting, the data, because again, we want to make sure that by the end of this, we're actually in a better position, body composition wise, by the time we are done. Now, the only negative here is going to be that 8 to 12 weeks isn't a ton of time to really build a lot of muscle at once. So your journey might be a little bit slower, but again, you're really gonna be able to minimize and keep your body fat levels a little bit lower, and you're still really gonna be able to improve your physique with a little bit more muscle. So this can be a really fantastic plan for that, kind of intermediate, you're past your beginner stage, you've kind of gone through your newbie gains, and now you're really looking just to continue to improve that physique, but without maybe wanting to have long periods of dieting. So that can be a really great body recomp plan for those. Go ahead, give it a try, see how it works, and let me know. I'd love to see any of your guys' transformations if you guys do give this a try. And if you do need any clarification, go ahead, shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. All right, guys, that is going to be everything. So 10 minutes or less, some fantastic information to help you on your fitness journey so that you can always get the physique that you've always wanted. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you're not missing out on any future content. And until next time,